Hey, what's up? Kevlin here, and today I'm going to be doing a Fire Emblem Three Houses tier list. I'm going to be basing it off of personality. If the 5 of you who have seen my ranking the Hoshiden Royals video, you know I kind of have a few categories. One is usefulness, like how useful are they? 2 is personality, like are they going to be better battle partners or just downtime partners? And last one is outfit. I'm going to be doing a personality on this one. Mostly just going to be my opinion, just for fun. It's not going to be super serious. But yeah, I hope you enjoy this, and I hope this video makes your day a little better instead of worse. I know it's going to be an unscripted dumpster fire, but let's get started. Okay, first off, we have Byleth. Now, since they're the avatar character, I feel like most of the Avatar characters have a set script, but they're so, I guess, entwined with us, the player. I just see them as I don't know, it's just kind of hard to see them as someone else that isn't us, I guess. So, just gonna put them both Byleths in B, just right in the middle. Edelgard. I really like her. She's super interesting and has an interesting backstory, but I know her and I probably wouldn't get along. But I'm going to probably put her in A. Dimitri is going to be S. Reasons, well, first off, he's the only character that I could get a perfect tea time, and I think the new one is called Expedition, I think. He's the only one I've ever been able to get 100% with, except a handful of others. Plus, he's just really patient, and he's understanding, and he actually feels like he cares for everyone. Claude, he's someone I would hypothetically think I would get along with, but I know I don't like people who keep secrets, and I don't like the working at different angles. Hubert. He's one of those people that they probably look at him and think that he's probably the demon that hides under your bed. I don't have an under my bed, but still. I really like him, watching him interact with other characters like Bernadetta and Linhardt and Edelgard, but in reality, I don't think we'd really get along. But I'm gonna put Hubert in B. Ferdinand. I really like him. I think he's really sweet. And he's a lot different than a lot of the nobles on this list that are, I guess, high on their horse, like, say, Lorenz or Constance. He's willing to meet you at your level and work with you. He wants to make you happy. If you see him working with, Dorothea, she doesn't really want anything to do with him. She calls him a B. But just like a B, he's a very hard worker, and I really admire that. I'm going to put him in A or B. Probably A. Linhardt is someone I didn't yeah, he was just kind of there, he was hanging out, but since I didn't really use him that often, I didn't get to know him. But now in Warriors, I got to see his conversation with Bernadetta. He just passed out on the ground because he got too tired. I'm gonna put Linhardt in B. Casper. He's someone I didn't get to know at all until my Black Eagles playthrough in Three Houses. I don't know. I don't think we'd really get along just because, again, I'm more of an indoors person and I don't really do much, and he's really outgoing and extroverted. Probably C. Bernadetta. I don't know, I have met people and struggled to get to know people that are super, shy and antisocial, and it's really hard to draw them out of their shell, but I think if I got to know her, in a personal level, I think it would be really cool just to hang out and, draw and paint and stuff with her. She's also really funny, too, when Sylvain found her story, she's like, oh, well, what if I just burned him, too? Oh, no, wait, I can't do that. She's really funny, actually, but would I put her in A or B? I'm gonna put her in A for now. Dorothea. She's someone I also really like. I think she's the first person I've always recruited in every route that I've played. She's actually a really hard worker. If she wants something, she'll go and get it. And she's also really funny. Like her conversation with Bernadetta, she's like, "Oh, I can take care of myself. I broke a guy's arms." Like she gives off big sister vibes, like caring big sister, and she'll always have your back. And I really appreciate that. She's A or B. I'm only gonna put her in B, but just only because I don't think in reality I'd get along with her because I'm not musically inclined, but I do definitely respect her. Petra is someone else I respect, but I don't think I'd really get along with. She's a lot more outgoing and a lot harder of a worker than I am. I think she'd actually make like a really good study partner or a sparring partner, but I don't think I'd be able to get along with her if we wouldn't have much to talk about. Probably C. Alright, Dedu. So, he definitely is someone who has that drive and that loyalty to him. I just don't know if we'd get along because the only plants I have are fake cactuses, and I can't cook. But he's very steadfast, very loyal. I'm gonna put him in A. Felix is kind of like the Hubert situation where I think he'd be a lot of fun to watch and probably a better sparring partner, but I don't think he'd like me. I'm just gonna put him, I don't have anyone else in S, so I'm gonna put him there. Ash, he's such a sweetie. I think we would actually get along though, since I read a lot, stuff like that, and I don't know. He's just really easy to get along with. He's one of those characters in every support conversation he has. He just clicks. He wants to bring out the best in everybody. So I'm going to put him in S. Sylvain is one character that I got where they were trying to go with this character. And honestly, I didn't really like it till after the time skip. And now playing Warriors, he's like a completely different character. I am also going to bring up that they have all of the time skip characters outfits as well. I think I'm only going to do I'm not going to do any repeats, so I'm not going to do any of the time skip outfits. The only one who really has a personality change is Dimitri, and maybe like Marianne, but I'm probably going to save these if I do a outfit one. But Sylvain himself, he stayed the same, kind of like he's always chasing after girls. I felt like he stayed like that through most of Three Houses. Probably going to put him in C. Mercedes. She's someone that I always really liked. She's so sweet and caring. She wants to try her best, but she's not always out sparring, and she's not trying to kill you. If she was going to kill you, she'd probably kill you with kindness. I'm going to put her in S because she is someone that I always want to make sure I have all of her conversations with, and I want to recruit her in every route that I can. Let's see. I'm going to put Annette in S as well. I enjoy every interaction I have with her, and all of her conversations are always fun. Like when she's talking to, I think it's like 3 conversations. It's with Byleth, Hanneman, and Gilbert. I think she like trips down the stairs or runs into a barrel or something. She's just too innocent for this world. Ingrid. I think she would be a better battle partner, but I don't think I'd get along with her outside of training. She's a character I definitely found more appreciation for in Warriors, but I'm probably going to put her in C. Okay, we got Lorenz. I don't honestly know him that well, but he's someone that's really fun to watch and listen to, but I don't think I could see myself talking to him. I don't hate him. I don't think I could put him in D, but I don't have anyone in D right now. Let's see, who else do we have down here? Okay, there's a few people I'm going to put in D. Alright, you're going to go in C. Raphael. I love his upbeat attitude and his can-do spirit, or I think that's can-do attitude. I think just having someone like him with his morale and his just energy is always really good. I'm going to put him in B. Ignatz is someone I feel like I could resonate with a little bit more. Don't really know what your future holds, but you're an artist. So he's someone I didn't get either until the golden deer route, and then I made sure I started recruiting him in every playthrough afterwards. I think he's just really a really wholesome character, and he's not too bad once you train him up. I'm going to A or B? Probably B. I'll stick him right next to Raphael.
It's the best friends forever! Best friends forever! Ring!
Lysithea is, I mentioned this earlier about like relatable characters. I get where she comes from. She doesn't like being called a child because she's short and she's small. Like, yeah, I barely reach 5 feet, 5'1". I don't like being called a child either, and I think I am a very sharp person sometimes, so seeing that kind of reflected in her character, it's kind of nice to see like someone actually speak their mind and not be too afraid to speak their truth. They don't want to dance around the subject. Meh. I'm putting her in B just because her conversations with other characters are they're entertaining. Okay, Marianne. I'm going to jump straight to the point. She reminds me of my sister. While she is a nice character, I don't think we'd really have anything to talk about that much. Sorry, my sister. I'm going to have to put you here. Okay, Hilda is someone that I can't stand her. She just doesn't want to do anything. Like, I get it. If you don't want to battle, I still need you to train just in case. And there's other ways you can help around. Like, oh, you like to make hair accessories, or you like to do small, like, you're really organized, actually. So you can stay behind and, like, organize or make little crafts for people to cheer them up. But she doesn't want to do anything. Also, I'm not really the biggest fashion diva. I know she means well, but I don't think I wouldn't be able to click with her. Now, Leonie is someone I actually feel like I'd be able to click with. She's also someone a little bit like Dorothea. She's worked to where she wanted to be to get into the academy. She wasn't a noble, she wasn't a royal or anything, but just like Dorothea, she worked her way up. She knows what she wants and she goes for it. And outside of all the Geralt talk, she's very honest and she's very smart. Like, she can survive, she can hunt and craft things, and she's really honest too. And she also apologizes. Like, when she got mad at Marianne, she realized she was in the wrong and apologized. So seeing someone like that that's pretty level-headed, both on and off the battlefield, I feel like I'm going to put her here. Alright, here we go. Now we left all of the houses. We're getting into the staff members. And now we're starting off with Sedith. I don't know how I feel about Sedith, honestly. He's a really good combat unit, but he spends so much time doting over Flayn. Though I think what gets him points is he's one of the only people at the monastery that questions why we're there. Like, oh, Rhea's like, let's hire this random mercenary, and he's like, we can't just pick up any old schmuck off the street and give them a teaching degree. Because if you look at the other people at the school, I mean, look at them right here. We have one guy who looks like Sherlock Holmes. We have a drunk opera singer, a man on the run from his fate, a punmeister, and then I guess if you want to count, Catherine's technically a knight, well, so is Eloise. But then we have Catherine, Shamir, and Zero, who can't read. Sedith is another character I feel like I'd rather just watch. I don't think I watch things play out instead of hang out with him. Probably gonna put him in A, B. Yeah, put him in B. Okay, Flayn she's very sweet and endearing, but I don't get the same kind of like endearment that I did with, say, like Elise or Sakura or even Mist. I didn't really get that feeling with her. And there's just so much about her that we don't know. Like, we know she's Sedith's daughter. We know that she's a saint, and she has a crest, and she's really good with magic, and she really wants to make friends, and she has this weird obsession with fish. Like, she would probably be that person that I saw at Petco that bought a feeder fish, went out into the parking lot, and just downed that baby like there's no tomorrow. I feel like I would like to get to know her better, but I know in the long run we probably wouldn't be able to get along very well just because we don't have anything in common. Okay, Hanneman. I actually really like him. He is like the only person at this monastery that should actually be teaching. He's one character that he's really dedicated to his work, and it's also funny with just the random conversations he has with random people. I just feel kind of bad for him because he has this passion for teaching and for like crests and magic, and no one else seems to understand that. He may think everyone else that works at the monastery is dumber than bricks, but he will always be there for them. I'm gonna put him here. Alright, on the flip side of this, we have Manuela. When people say I'm gonna turn my life into a 360, you know that just means you're gonna turn around and start right back where you were. She's the embodiment of that. She needs to do her life in a 180. She got close, but not quite, and it shows in every one of her conversations. I don't think I'd be able to get along with her. Again, I don't hate her, but there's just nothing in common that I would really have with her. Gilbert. He doesn't really have that many conversations either. I'm just gonna put him in C. Alois. He's someone I wish we got to know more of. Outside of just random puns and Manuela trying to hit on him, I don't really remember much. But he's kind of like Raphael, where he has such a contagiously positive attitude that it's just kind of hard to ignore him. I'm probably going to put him in C. Alright. Catherine. She's also another character. She's just so much fun. I just feel like she's always going to she's like a cross between Mercedes and Dorothea. She could be a shoulder to cry on, or she can go out there and kick someone's butt for you if you need it. I'm going to put her in A. Alright, Shamir. She's another person I really, really like. She's so much fun. Her personality, she knows exactly what she wants, and she never wavers from that. And plus, since she's a neutral route, she has all these different conversations, so you can see how she's with every single one of these characters. But I keep forgetting I'm ranking this on personality. I'm gonna put her in A. Alright, Cyril, however you say it. A lot of people really don't like him because of the Lady Rhea thing, same thing with Catherine, and I totally get it. But his conversations with people, like his conversations with Manuela, he's so straightforward and blunt. Plus, he's really good at what he does. He's good at his job. He keeps things clean. He's always everywhere in the monastery. There's like no escaping him. I'll put him in C. Geralt, someone I didn't also get really an appreciation for until Warriors. I haven't recruited him yet, but there's just something. He kind of makes me think of Grell, honestly. Like, hidden past, but still really supportive. So I haven't had any conversations with him yet, but from what I can glean from him, I'm going to put him in C. Rhea. Is she relevant? No, not really. In the first playthrough I did was Blue Lion. She wasn't that relevant. She wasn't really relevant in any of them except for the Black Eagles and the Church's route. But then as I discussed her more with one of my friends, I realized that she's half of this game's problem. She has done a lot of good for Fodlan, but also she's done a lot of messed up things. I don't hate her, but I don't like her. I'm looking at this list. I don't like her as much as I like some of these other people, but I like her better, I think. No. She'll just go in D. Okay. Sothis. There's so many questions around Sothis, but I can't stand the emotional swing and the backlash and the harsh comments that have no constructive criticism. She's gonna go right next to Rhea. Okay, now we're hitting into some of the NPCs. Okay, Kranya. We didn't really get to know much of her besides she's crazy, but we already have enough crazies with Henry, Perry, and the Death Knight. I'm gonna put her here. Okay, these two are pretty much the same. I honestly had a really hard time telling them apart until I saw their profiles online. We don't get conversations with them. I'm just gonna put them here. Okay. Cornelia is... I don't want to put all the villains in D, but I don't know where I'm going to put her. I feel like there needs to be a spot between C and D, because it's like, I don't like what you do, but you're a good villain. Lady gets around, and she's going to find herself all the way down to D. Okay, the Death Knight. This is a little weird because the Death Knight is on here as well as Yuritsa. The Death Knight, I feel like he's not as off the rails as Kranya is about the whole killing thing. But I'd rather find the Death Knight in my closet than Kranya. I'm just going to put him here. Costas. We didn't get to know him that much either. We got to know him a little bit better in Warriors. But I'm not going to put him in D because I don't like him. I'm just going to put him in D because we didn't get to know him very well. Leonardo is another one, but the strange thing is he caused an uprising in the kingdom. But he's also the one who brought Ash to us, and he seems like a very kind man who also, just like Ash, will fight for what he believes in. I'm going to put him in C. Miklon is someone we didn't get to really know too well until Warriors. I thought it was interesting that he and Kranya both got fully animated cutscenes and we barely knew them. I'm actually going to put him in C because he's right next to his brother, but we didn't get to know him. We didn't really get any support conversations, but just through his actions and he took the opportunity that Dimitri gave him to actually try to change things is always a good sign. Randolph. I actually really like him. I didn't get to know too much about him until Warriors, but he's someone I really like. I haven't played Edelgard's route yet in Warriors, but if he's playable, that would be pretty cool. I noticed... Oh, there's his sister. Okay. I'm gonna put him in C. Alright, the Flame Emperor. Again, it's kind of like we have 2 Dimitris on here and 2 Yuritsas. I'm gonna put the Flame Emperor in D. Anna, we got 0 conversations with in 3 houses. She's an okay unit. Wait, we're not talking about combat. I'm just going to put her in D. Okay. Yuritsa, I actually really like him, as you can probably tell by my screensaver. I would have liked to know more about him, but I am going to put him here. Rodrigue is a straight S. He is... I don't know how to put it, but I don't know. He's just so... He's the dad that everyone should have. Alright. Judith. She is so much fun. I don't know if she's playable in Claude's route in Warriors, but she gives me major Izumi Curtis vibes from Full Metal Alchemist. I'm going to put her in B right now just because I don't know too much about her, but there's just something really charming about her. Nader, also very similar. I'm going to put him right next to Judith. These 2 remind me of, oh my gosh, what are their names? Flavia and Basilo from Awakening. Okay. Monica, I don't know if this portrait right here is like Kranya Monica or Monica, but I'm not really a fan of either of them. I haven't played as Monica in Warriors yet, but knowing how she doesn't even apologize or show remorse that after we saved her, she's like, yeah, I'm gonna make you fight all your old staff members and then I'm gonna kill you. I want to give her some kind of chance, but right now she's a solid C. Arundel, he's someone that is also like Cornelia. He's everywhere. He's got sticky fingers everywhere. I'm gonna put him in C just because he seems kind of... I would like to know more about him, but I don't know enough. Should I put Cornelia in C then? No. I'd rather deal with him than her. Okay. Okay, here's Tomas. Now, is this actually Tomas? Like the librarian? Like the good librarian that Solon or whoever was disguised as? Again, we didn't get too much information on him. He's gonna go in C because these are all the people that I don't know well enough. I guess I could put because B is right in the middle, but I don't feel like it's right giving this row a B without knowing more. Alright, Nemesis. besides all the history books, I don't really know enough about him. But he tried to kill Claude and I, so that's enough for a D. Okay, Saros. I actually like her more than Rhea, even though they're the same person. But this is more of combat right here difference between the two of them. This is just the actual crazy side of Rhea, so I'm going to put her here. Edelgard's dad. I don't know enough about him. I don't think he deserves this. I don't hate him, but I don't want to put him in C. There really needs to be a category between D and C. I'm sorry, you're going here. All right. Duke Eyre, or Ferdinand's dad. How does someone like him have someone like Ferdinand? He's destroying the Empire and warriors. Someone make him stop. Now, yes, there's a lot of three houses and three hopes bleeding together, and I know some people consider them different, but I consider them similar enough to be grouping the characters like this. Flesh, whatever her name is. There's just something about her. I really want to be rooting for her, but there's just something about her I don't like as much as her brother. I'm going to put her here. Maybe if I got to know her better. Should I put her here then? Because I don't know her. I don't want to pass judgment on her. Yeah, I guess I'll put her here. Lambert. He's someone that I've also grown more appreciation for in Warriors. I don't know him well enough, but he seems like a very smart leader. He always plans ahead, and he always wants to make things better. I feel like he should go in C, because that's just kind of the group of characters that fall into that category. I feel like if I got to know him better, he'd probably be a B, maybe even an A. Matoi, whatever. He's just going to go down here. Ladislavia, I think her name is. She's actually someone I really like. I don't know anything about her personality, though. She just looks really cool. So do I put her in? No, I don't hate her, but I don't know her. Yeah, there just needs to be can I add a different category? No, I can't add one. Okay. I'm going to put her in C, because I feel like there's going to be at least a little bit more conversation, even if it's just little NPC blurbs and warriors that will help us get to know her better. Gwendol. I don't like you. This dude. The guy who looks like a cross between the Monopoly Man and the Pringles dude. You're gonna go here. You always cause way too much trouble when you show up. And you too. You're gonna go there. You're gonna go right next to him. Balthus. He's someone I also found a new appreciation for in Warriors. Honestly, I didn't really get to know him. I didn't really use him much in Three Houses. But I don't think I'd get along with him, honestly. Just because I'm not physically fit and I don't like gambling or drinking. I'm going to put him in C. Okay. Constance. I want to like her, but there's just something about her that I just doesn't click with me. I love Happy. She's like a cross between, like, she's really straightforward and literal, but she's also kind of like funny and a little bit, I guess, I wouldn't say sarcastic, but there's probably a word for it. It's 4 a.m. My vocabulary is very limited, but I can say this: she's going right in S. Yuri. He's someone I really want to like, but again, it's kind of like with Claude that he's working multiple angles, but we all know what he's working for, because maybe it's just because we have a third-person perspective. He's trying to help the people in the Abyss, especially his mom, but he keeps acting like he's all sly and sneaky. Probably A. Okay. Let me make sure that these... Okay. So this is the whole shebang. Let's see if there's anything I would edit. The only ones I would probably... that are kind of like on the cusp are from A to S are Edelgard, Claude, and Dedu. And then I wish there was another category between D and C, or maybe it's not even ranked, for characters that I don't know well enough. Like, I would probably say Randolph, Monica, Arundel, Tomas, Flesh. I don't know them well enough, so I feel like there should just be an entire page for don't know you well enough. But yeah, I know I definitely made some people mad. But I hope you enjoyed my list. I might do something like this again for combat and outfit. For outfits, I definitely would be ranking the uniforms and the time skip separately. So that might be like a part 1, part 2 video. I don't know, I'm just rambling now. But I will link this below if you are wanting to do it for yourself. And thank you for sitting here for the, I don't know, what is it? It's 30 minutes of recording. I don't know how short this video is going to be, but thank you for joining me, and I hope you have a good day, evening, whenever you're watching this. But until then, I don't know how to end videos.